Good day, folks. Thank you for joining us here at Your Health. On today's program, we'd like to talk about Boswellia, or frankincense. Yeah, you've heard of frankincense. This herb from the Middle East and India is just remarkable in its ability to relieve pain, swelling, and suffering. This is something that you need in your medicine cabinet or in your spice cabinet. You know, Boswellia smells wonderful. It is a major ingredient of most frankincenses. Incense, it's just wonderful. That's our concept for today. Stay tuned for that. First, let's go to our news. Let's see what's happening in the health world. A high-salt diet really does increase your risk of death. Researchers from Brigham and Women's Hospital use multiple and highly accurate ways to measure sodium intake in a study of nearly 3,000 subjects. They found excessive salt intake raises blood pressure along with the risk of cardiovascular disease and early death. The study was published by the International Journal of Epidemiology. Related research from Imperial College London finds from a study of 4,000, even those who eat an otherwise healthy diet yet consume too much salt, well, they show an increase in blood pressure and hence an elevated risk of early death. The study was published by the journal Hypertension. Well, I'm certain everyone watching today has heard the advice to reduce salt intake, yet far too many of us are not taking this good advice. Recently, several studies have called into question whether high salt intake actually causes cardiovascular disease and early death. The experts agree salt raises blood pressure, but does it cause early death? Well, our first study confirms with very accurate methods, salty diets raise blood pressure and the risk of cardiovascular disease and early death. Folks, here's the core problem with all this. We humans are hardwired to seek out and consume salt. We love it. Sodium, a component of table salt, is an essential nutrient. We need a little every day, but just a little. 1 teaspoon of table salt total a day will provide the vast majority of all the sodium they need for one day. Some need even less than that. However, the average American is consuming twice that amount, and some of us much more than that. Now, it's important to understand that most, 75% of our sodium intake comes not from a salt shaker at the table, but from what is added to processed and prepackaged foods. So just putting down the salt shaker is not enough to control your sodium intake. Our second study confirms excessive salt's blood pressure and disease-causing potential, and it reveals even if you're otherwise consuming a healthy diet, yet ingest too much salt, you will pay a price in declining health. Now, I have a couple more points while we're on the salt subject. Iodized sea salt is an excellent choice for cooking as it contains magnesium and trace minerals, plus it just tastes better than refined table salt, but add just a pinch. Also think about this. There are millions of Americans taking blood pressure medicines at great expense to control their hypertension when what they really need is to consume less salt, more magnesium and potassium, along with more vitamin D. 2 new studies clarify the cause of infant and childhood allergies. First, researchers from Northwestern University have found food allergies result from a previously unrecognized series of events. The food allergy causing cascade can only occur if baby is genetically susceptible to developing allergies. If baby is susceptible, this leads to altered skin absorbency. Altered absorbency must then be followed by the use of prepackaged infant cleansing wipes that leave soap on the skin, and that's the key, the soap. The long-term soap exposure is then followed by skin exposure to allergens and dust and food particles from contact with those who are caring for the infant. When this chain of events occurs, food allergies are initiated in babies. The second study, conducted on almost 800,000 kids, published by JAMA Pediatrics, finds children who received antibiotics or acid-suppressing drugs during infancy were from 2 to 3 times more likely to develop allergy-associated conditions in early childhood. Well, folks, allergic disease is causing real problems among our children, and we now have more kids with allergies than ever before. In fact, food and respiratory allergy occurrence has increased by 20% every decade for the past 40 years. Something has to give as our children are suffering. These 2 studies provide true help. First, we learn if baby is genetically susceptible, and then baby is cleaned with baby wipes that leave soap on the skin. This sensitizes the skin. So when dust and food particles inadvertently contact baby skin, it leads to food allergies. The keys to preventing potentially life-threatening food allergies is to not use packaged baby wipes, especially those that leave soap on the skin, and water-based, soap-free baby wipes are now available. But it's cheapest and probably best to use the old-fashioned washcloth method and then thoroughly rinse off any soap residue. Also, wash your hands before changing diapers or bathing baby. These steps alone should make a dramatic difference in the future. Also, we learn when baby is given medicines that suppress stomach acid or antibiotics, it dramatically increases baby's risk of allergy-based disease. Of course, there are times when baby must have these medicines, but there are also millions of unnecessary prescriptions for these medicines every year, especially the antibiotics. So we could do better with that. Well, today on Your Health, we will discuss the remarkable herb Boswellia, also known as the biblical frankincense. Stay tuned to learn more. Every day, about 200 million Americans do not get enough of a key essential mineral.
That mineral is magnesium. The typical American diet does not supply enough.
And magnesium is so important. It protects bones and helps more than 300 different enzymes in the human body perform efficiently.
That's why Bioinnovations offers chelated magnesium capsules for oral use and topical magnesium gel to be applied to the skin. That's 2 forms of magnesium to meet your daily needs.
Scientific evidence points to chelation as the best method of vitamin and mineral formulation.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health.
Because chances are you are one of the 200 million Americans who need more magnesium every day.
Again, that number is 888-442-2128. Call today. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. I'm Cindy Becker, and this is Your Health at a Glance. Heavy metal poisoning is a growing concern, and it may play a role in your health. It can happen through occupational exposure or environmental pollution, or both. If you work in a metal shop, a smelting plant, or any type of facility that uses electroplating or welding, you may be suffering from heavy metal exposure. But those of us who live in cities may suffer from heavy metal exposure through environmental pollution. It's the #1 cause of heavy metal poisoning. It can occur over a long period of exposure, or it can happen after a single dose. Symptoms can be overlooked because they're symptoms of common diseases such as fatigue, memory loss, tremor, joint pain, and indigestion. These are common symptoms of heavy metal poisoning. If your health is declining and you haven't been able to figure out the underlying cause, discuss heavy metal poisoning with your doctor. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Cindy Becker.
Is your life out of balance? It may be. The average American consumes far too many omega-6s and not enough omega-3s. This creates an imbalance.
So what can we do to get back in balance? We can eat a healthy diet.
And most of us need to supplement with omega-3 rich fish oil. Fish oil contains omega-3s with DHA and EPA, fatty acids that promote good brain and heart health. So reduce omega-6 in your nutritional plan and boost omega-3 to get back in balance.
To help you do that, Bioinnovations offers 2 products, the Fish Oil Complex and Omega 369, both formulated for your health and well-being. So how do you choose? For highest levels of DHA and EPA, choose the Fish Oil Complex. For a balanced formula, choose the 369.
Go online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings.
Welcome back, everyone. It's such a blessing to be with you today. Well, today's show is now one of my most favorite we ever get to talk about. We're going to be talking about Boswellia, the biblical frankincense. I love this topic. Love this topic. And Richard, I love the product. It's done so much for me. We haven't done it for that many years, but wow, it's amazing how much we get to learn, how we never stop learning the older we get in life. Isn't it great?
It is. And it's the essence to a good, long, healthy life is knowing more. Have you ever wondered where the name frankincense comes from?
I have.
Well, frank is a Germanic term, and it means to be noble or true, and also worth the money spent. So to have incense that is frankincense means it's noble, true, and worth the dollar you spent or the franc you spent for it. The origin of words. That's
interesting.
always fascinating. We call it frankincense or Boswellia, but this amazing substance, Boswellia serrata, is also known as dupe, salahi, shalaki, or Albanum indicum. Lots of names. We're going to call it either frankincense or Boswellia today. This remarkable substance has been used by the ancient Greeks, the Romans, the Egyptians, and of course the children of Israel. And this is the same substance mentioned by Matthew as a gift of gold, frankincense, and myrrh to the Christ child. The same stuff. It's also mentioned in Leviticus and Exodus, purification of the children of Israel because the plagues were about to commence. The medicinal component of Boswellia serrata, which is a plant, it's a desert plant, it's the resin taken from this shrubby bush. It's a resin. They cut lines in the tree bark, and during the spring season, and they may do it several times throughout the year, and the liquefied resin is collected, then it's allowed to dry, and it's the little kernels. They look almost like gumballs, but it's this resinous substance. And I might add, the tree itself, the shrubby bush, produces one of the most beautiful flowers you'll ever encounter. And it is as to say, the plant is saying, come look at me. I am more than just a pretty wallflower. I have something special within me. Tarry with me, sit a while, and smell my fragrance. And I can't help but believe God made this plant with that beautiful flower and that aroma to do just that. Pay more attention to me. I'm something that can help you. The resin is collected in the bamboo baskets, and the fall harvest is typically the most prized harvest because the medicinal components and the fragrance is at its peak towards the fall season. There are about 25 known species of Boswellia trees. They all have similar properties and similar resins, but the Boswellia serrata species is the most prized and the most studied. But as the demand for Boswellia is increasing, they are looking at the other plants as well to try to prove their merit in various areas, and we might find that some of the other species are valuable too. And I know when we take Boswellia internally, we like to take the serrata, but when we use Boswellia or frankincense in an incense or essential oil, we use another species.
We use the serrata species in the essential oil, but at the holidays, you can use the one that's called the carteri.
Carteri.
Right.
So it has a little different fragrance. It adds a little to the depth. So there are several of the Boswellia species. The carteri and the serrata are probably the most prized. And when we're talking about internal consumption, the serrata has the most information on it, and it's historically the one that so many have relied upon. The trees are indigenous to North Africa, the Middle East, and arid India. It is recorded in the scientific writings that the entire product of frankincense from Somalia is dedicated to the Catholic Church for its ceremony with incense. The entire Boswellia product of Somalia goes to the Catholic Church. That's how important it is today, even today in Christian ceremonies. I find that fascinating. Due to great interest and increased use, orchards are being planted in a variety of locations suitable for growth. And as is typical of most desert plants, it takes a long time to be a productive plant. It takes 8 to 10 years of a new seedling of Boswellia before it can be the bark cut and the resin and harvested for commercial use. And with the expansion of populations, many of the natural forests of Boswellia are being cleared. And with the increased interest, it's created a scenario where many orchards are being planted to meet the increased demand of Boswellia, because it has just exploded in the last 5-8 years across North America. And of course, in the Middle East, they've been using it for thousands of years, but the American demand is really increasing. And what happens when demand increases? Substitutes, frauds come in. So you want to be sure and get your Boswellia from reputable sources so you get the real deal. You got to have the real deal. Now, the chemical composition of the resin, what we ingest in Boswellia, is composed of terpenes, monoterpenes, diterpenes, triterpenes, and triterpenic acids and tetracyclic triterpenic acids. Boswellic acids, if you see a notation that says boswellic acids, and this is commonly done to standardize a product, these are the pentacyclic triterpenic acids. If you find a product that is 50% standardized boswellic acid, that's pretty good. 60, 65, it's outstanding. Now, what are these triterpenes and pentaterpenes? Imagine a chain, and a chain with little upshots on it. This is the molecule of triterpene. They're repeating units. And what happens is the molecule turns back on itself, and it makes ring structures like a honeycomb pattern. That is basically what it looks like. And this is important because it mimics our hormones. The pentacyclic triterpenic acids mimic our hormones and our cholesterol. Now, there is no cholesterol, there is no hormone in Boswellia. There is none of that, but the molecules mimic. And so as it gets into our bloodstream and into our systems, what it does is it tells the body, well, I've made enough cholesterol, I have this new stuff in me, it's cholesterol, I can make less. Or I'm inflamed enough, because hormones control inflammation, pain, and this type of thing. So these pentacyclic triterpenic acids, they modulate the response because they mimic these powerful hormones and cholesterol. They're all cholesterol-based, these types of hormones, most of them are. And so that's basically how it works. And you don't need to know that to benefit from Boswellia, but you understand how thoroughly it's been researched. That is the sign of quality, standardized boswellic acids. One of the most ancient herbs of India, used in Ayurvedic medicine for at least, well, let's see, 2,500 years, that we know of, and at least the start of 1500 BC in the Holy Land. It's in Moses' writings. It goes back a ways. That is a history of use that attests to the safety of frankincense. And personally, being a Christian, I would never give a gift to the Christ child that was something toxic. Would you? I just couldn't dream of that, and to have that story perpetuated through the ages. So this is a level of confidence that is very important to many of us, and it is to me. The putative use of frankincense, meaning by reputation, this is not scientifically validated, but what humans have done for hundreds and thousands of years, by reputation, putative use, inflammation, for arthritis, joint and muscle pain, for diarrhea, infections of the intestinal tract, dysentery, skin infections, boils, fever, blood diseases, cardiovascular disease, mouth sores, gingivitis, inflammation of the gums, asthma, and bronchitis. That's the whole resin use. If we take the resin and steam distill it, which humans have been doing for centuries as well, we create an essential oil out of frankincense. And its application is for pain, very similar to the oral ingestion. Pain, inflammation, arthritis, stress, and anxiety. It has a very calming effect, the essential oils, and the whole herb does too. Antimicrobial, immunity, memory, digestion, and aging. These are the attributes of the essential oils. But the essential oil is primarily known by those in the know about these things as having a very high molecular frequency and energy. It is one of the most uplifting aromas you will ever smell. It is capable of elevating your mood like no other essential oil. It is quite remarkable. But our discussion today is primarily on the pill form, the orally ingested version of frankincense. So let's go to our break, and when we return, let's talk about just exactly how does frankincense affect our physiology. It's really fascinating. We'll be back.
Are you one of the 62 million Americans suffering from gastrointestinal problems? Do you struggle with other chronic conditions? That's why we offer Dr. Becker's Bionutrient Probiotics.
After years of research, we developed a revolutionary probiotic formula with gastrodefense technology. This system protects the good bacteria from stomach acid so the probiotics reach the intestines where they go to work. Additionally, we use live count technology to prolong the shelf life of the probiotics, so there's no need for refrigeration.
Dr. Becker's Bionutrient Probiotics is a powerful combination and one of the most effective formulas available today. And we offer a children's chewable formula too, both at prices you can afford. Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. That number's 888-442-2128. I'm Cindy Becker for Your Health at a Glance. Are you looking for a healthy replacement for sodas? For thousands of years, the Far East has enjoyed the many health benefits of green tea. Now the Western world has embraced this potent antioxidant for its many health benefits as both a drink and supplement. Green tea has been thoroughly researched. It's been shown to improve bone density and immunity, as well as levels of cholesterol, blood sugar, and blood pressure. Research has also shown it to decrease inflammation and one's risk of cardiovascular disease and many forms of cancer. One recent study even found that people who drink 5 or more cups a day were 33% less likely to develop conditions that cause disability. For health, it is everyone's cup of tea. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Cindy Becker.
There are thousands of fungal species, and at least 200 of them have been found to cause human diseases.
Fungal infections are common, so what can we do to protect ourselves?
One solution is oregano, a natural alternative. Oregano fights problems created by fungus and yeast overgrowth, and it improves many other health conditions.
At BioInnovations, we offer oregano in gel caps and liquid extract.
Yeast and fungal disorders can improve.
So take charge of your health by choosing a natural alternative such as oregano gel caps or oil of oregano liquid extract. Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. That number's 888-442-2128.
We're back, everyone, having an interesting discussion about Boswellia, the biblical frankincense. Richard, this one's so amazing, and you have some great studies to share.
Yes. I am about to tell you some complex scientific jargon, but if you stick with me, I will interpret it, and then you'll understand very, very clearly why Boswellia is so special. So just hang with me, and this will all become clear. Boswellia calms inflammation by at least 9 different chemical mechanisms. It inhibits the classic complement cascade. Now remember, I'll explain this, stay with me. It inhibits complement, it reduces the production of prostaglandins, it improves lipooxygenase levels, it improves 5-hydroxy-eicosapentaenoic acid and leukotriene B4. I know it sounds terrible, but it's not that bad, stick with me. It reduces cytokines, it improves cathepsin G, it improves leukocyte elastase, reduction of oxygen-based free radicals, and it reduces lysozyme enzymes. Now, what does all that mean? Complement. It reduces, it improves, it modulates all these functions. Complement is part of the innate immune system. And if we disrupt a cell membrane, let's say we have some trauma or there's an infection that destroys cells, a cell membrane is disrupted. This releases complement into the bloodstream and it amplifies the immune response. And this can lead to pain, suffering, swelling, inflammation, dysfunction. Well, sometimes our system will get fooled and complement will be activated when it shouldn't be, and we are suffering needlessly. Complement is there to help us fight off infections and fight cancer, but sometimes it goes haywire and it makes us suffer. All right? Boswellia calms that effect. Prostaglandins. If you are traumatized or you have fever from an infection, prostaglandins lead to pain, swelling, and inflammation. It also causes the pain, swelling, and inflammation of arthritis, of fevers when you're sick, and a lot of suffering is due to prostaglandins. The whole class of anti-inflammatories like ibuprofen and Celebrex is designed to inhibit these prostaglandins. Well, Boswellia calms prostaglandins naturally without side effects. 5-lipoxygenase. This is the removal of oxygen from fatty acids in our diet, the oils in our diet. Well, when that happens, it is shuttled, when you remove the oxygen, it is shuttled into cell signaling, and it's involved in the normal regulation of cells. So when we take Boswellia, it improves 5-lipoxygenase enzyme function to improve normal cell function. So it takes a staggering ship, a listing ship, the cell, a diseased cell, and it helps to correct it. Next, 5-hydroxyeicosapentaenoic acid. This substance is used to regulate the innate immune system. The innate immune system fights cancer, fights cells that are infected with viruses or fungi. It is the immune system we are born with. It's not the adaptive, it's the innate. And Boswellia improves this 5-hydroxy, so our innate immune system is functioning better. See, it's not that hard to understand. Leukotriene B4. This is one of the major cell signaling molecules that ends in asthma, allergies. Oh, I'm just miserable. Have you ever known somebody with bad asthma? It's scary. It can be life-threatening. Well, when the leukotriene B4 is run amok, it's a desperate situation. People die from asthma. Well, Boswellia calms this leukotriene, and it has been proven now to improve asthma scores, asthma function, allergies, and it complements medicines very beautifully. Cytokines. Cytokines are the hormonal control of our immune system. Some cytokines promote inflammation in the immune system, some calm it and calm down the immune system. It's a delicate balance. Well, Boswellia modulates cytokines. So if you're overamped and inflamed, it'll calm it down. If you're under, it helps bring it up. Make sense? Cytokines. Cathepsin G is used to destroy intracellular pathogens. Now, why is that important? Have you ever heard of Lyme disease and how hard it is to treat? One of the reasons why it's so hard to treat is the Lyme pathogen goes inside the cell and hides from your immune system. It can't be found. Well, Boswellia improves that response by bumping up the cathepsin G and helps you destroy intracellular pathogens. And there's a long list of them, and they're all germs you don't want to have. Believe me, bad stuff. Cathepsin G. Leukocyte elastase. This is how the white blood cells destroy bacteria. You know, a white blood cell will engulf a bacteria, and then it releases enzymes, leukocyte elastase, and it destroys the bacteria. Boswellia helps to support that, helps to counter free radicals of metabolism, and it helps to control this lysosomal enzyme. This is also another way of destroying bacteria and improving the immune response. So all of these things have been proven by scientists about frankincense. And so this can lead to some conclusions about frankincense. The big function of frankincense is to calm the inflammatory response. Now, it does some other nice things, but if you're hurting, if you're in pain, if you have an autoimmune disease or a chronic infection that just keeps your body inflamed, frankincense can help you. Now, we have drugs that do basically these things as well, but every one of those drugs comes with prohibitive side effects. You know, the most commonly used medicines in the world are the prostaglandin inhibitors such as ibuprofen, aspirin, naproxen, Celebrex. This class, they were used by more than any other, and guess what? They are also the most commonly used medicines that end in hospitalization, side effects that are life-threatening and end in death. They're among the most common. So they work, but they're full of side effects. We don't have that problem with Boswellia. It has similar actions to the medicines, but without the dirty profile of side effects. That's a remarkable thing. That's how you get remembered through the ages as a critical herb for the medicine kit. Even if you're wandering in the desert, like Moses and the children of Israel do, you want your Boswellia with you. In vitro studies, meaning in a test tube, this is how we've learned these things, studying them in human studies. The anti-inflammatory actions of Boswellia are remarkable, with little to no side effects. It is so effective in reducing inflammation and swelling, it can be used for swelling of the brain, like in closed head trauma or in tumors of the brain where the swelling is dramatic, and it can even be used for that. It's remarkable, and we have studies on that. We have a break, but we'll return with some of these amazing studies on Boswellia. We'll be right back. Can you lower your risk of disease? The answer is yes. One way is by including fruit in your diet. Fruit contains valuable nutrients that can reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even some cancers.
We've searched the world and found 4 fruits we believe are among the best. Noni from Polynesia, acai from the Amazon, and 2 new ones, goji and mangosteen.
These 4 juices each have amazing properties that make them great additions to your nutritional plan. If you're a diabetic or have chronic pain, these juices will help you feel better and have more energy. Plus, they help with digestion.
Now you can experience the health-promoting benefits of all 4 in one convenient package we call the Fruits of the World 4-pack. And remember, it's 50% off by the case.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. That number's 888-442-2128.
I'm Cindy Becker, and this is Your Health at a Glance. Do you want to maintain your mental clarity? With people living longer, we need more research into the ways to lower the risk of dementia. Studies are showing us that people who regularly read books, complete puzzles, or solve word games like the Sunday crossword puzzle maintain their mental abilities longer than people who don't. We also preserve memory by maintaining social activities, such as volunteering, attending religious services, or regularly talking with friends and neighbors. And diet plays a big role as well. It's important to eat a nutritious diet free from heavy metals and chemical pollutants, and full of vitamins and the essential fatty acids which power the brain. These simple and important steps will help keep you mentally healthy for many years to come. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Cindy Becker.
CoQ10 and L-carnitine are among the most important nutrients our bodies use for energy production. Deficiency in these key nutrients can cause serious complications to your health. In fact, statin drugs that are used to lower cholesterol may deplete your CoQ10 levels.
Bioinnovations brings you Dr. Becker's Bionutrients CoQ10 with L-carnitine. Now, providing support for cardiovascular health is easier than ever before.
CoQ10 and L-carnitine support a healthy heart naturally, as nature intended, and our formulation provides 300% greater absorption of CoQ10 than similar products, using a technology so effective it's patented.
Bioinnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. Give us a call at 888-442-2128. That's 888-442-2128. Or order online at bioinnovations.net.
We're back, everyone, learning about the amazing benefits of Boswellia. And to help you get this wonderful nutrient in your supplement plan, we have a great special. We have a Dr. Becker's Bionutrients Boswellia buy one, get one free today. Buy one bottle at the regular price, and you get a second bottle free. Richard, that's amazing. And you know, when you open that bottle of Boswellia, it smells so amazing.
It's very unique. It's not like perfume.
No.
You can tell it's from nature.
But it's just a nice aroma.
Yes, it is. It's very nice. And its effect internally is quite nice too. We know from good studies that Boswellia inhibits leukocyte elastase. Now, what is that stuff? You know, in emphysema, the little air sacs, the alveoli, they're microscopic little bubbles. It's like bubbles in a bath, a bubble bath. Well, with emphysema, the little bubbles break and they become larger and larger bubbles. And the problem with that is it does not oxygenate our bloodstream nearly as well as the little bubbles. They've been able to determine that the progression of the little alveoli to the big blebs, as they're called, is due to this human leukocyte elastase. This is an enzyme that just breaks down the structure of the lung, and it leads to bronchiectasis and emphysema. And Boswellia inhibits that. We have so little to help the emphysema patient, but Boswellia does. Isn't that neat? Pretty neat. Also, it has been used to help cystic fibrosis patients, the genetically inherited cystic fibrosis. They also have precious little to help them, but Boswellia would help them. Chronic bronchitis, asthma, acute respiratory distress syndromes. This is why, one of the main reasons, and the big mechanism, the inhibition of inflammation by 9 separate mechanisms. This is why Boswellia is so helpful for lung conditions. Also, has major anti-inflammatory actions with little to no side effects. It shows remarkable reduction in colon tumorigenesis. In laboratory studies where you set up an experiment to understand how we develop colon tumors better, when you do this, when you introduce irritating substances into the intestinal tract that would lead to colon tumors, if you add Boswellia, that is remarkably reduced. It normalizes the cell function in the colon, reducing the incidence of tumors in laboratory animals. And it probably does. This is a study that would take years to do and very expensive, and we may not have better information on this subject for Boswellia in its ability. But we do know in that setting that it does inhibit the tumor formation in laboratory animals. Here we have increases of pain. It is such an effective pain reliever, it increases the pain threshold and pain tolerance in humans. This is fascinating and unique, without dependency, without addiction, no stomach irritation, none of it. It's really good for calming. Scientifically confirmed actions of Boswellia: anti-inflammatory, this is the summary, anti-inflammatory, anti-arthritic, antibacterial, antifungal, used for topical pain relief, internal pain relief, arthritis, gout. Any of you suffering from gout, think Boswellia and cherry extract, you're going to get better. You will. Spine pain, fibromyalgia, asthma, trauma, post-surgery recovery. The anti-inflammatories, oh, I just can't take them. I had a knee replacement. I wish I could take some Advil. I can't do it. Boswellia. Or take some Boswellia with your Advil and you'll not need as much of the medicine. See, that's probably the best of all worlds. Inflammatory bowel disease, a lot of interest in inflammatory bowel disease in Boswellia, asthma, COPD, a variety of infectious disease, along with anti-cancer properties. Multiple systematic reviews find Boswellia serrata to hold the most promise for natural anti-inflammatory and pain-relieving agents. So, you know, laboratory tests don't always translate to benefit to humans, right? Well, what's it do for humans? Over 30 different trials, high-quality, double-blind, placebo-controlled trials in human beings with thousands of people. Boswellia reduces pain, swelling, improves joint motion, increases the amount of distance you can walk if you have arthritis. And that's so important to keep fit. And you know, when you hurt, it's just so hard to keep fit, isn't it? Well, if we have a little something we can take and it keeps our joints loose and the pain's a little not so bad, and we can get out and take that 20-minute walk more often, that is a very good thing. Then you get the benefits of exercise as well. It decreases the frequency of flare-ups of arthritis, along with improvements of global assessment testing of knee osteoarthritis. All the way scientists quantify how bad a pain is, you know, because pain's subjective, right? But there are questionnaires and maneuvers to quantify pain levels, and those scores drop when we take Boswellia. Provides significant relief in as little as 5 to 7 days. And now this is an important point. You may be in pain right now, and you listen to some of our programs, and you know, Dr. Becker, that's pretty convincing. So I'm going to get some Boswellia, some grapeseed, some curcumin, some noni, and I'm going to start taking that. Do not expect your pain to be relieved the first day. Now, noni's been known to do that occasionally, pain relief quickly, but you will find the best relief after 3, 5, 7, 10 days. This is a pattern of behavior we're suggesting you engage in, an improvement in your lifestyle that pays big dividends over time. Consistency leads to improvement. Sometimes the improvement is so subtle and gradual, people don't realize how much better they are until they run out of their supplement and they forget to order it. A week later, they're going, what's going on with me? All of a sudden, I'm hurting again. Oh, I ran out of my stuff. I haven't ordered it. Silly me. Does that make sense to you? Have you heard that before?
Many times.
So medicines give you quick relief, but with that quick relief comes the side effect profile because of how they work. They're such aggressive inhibitors of enzymes or promoter of enzymes that we get the side effects. This is why the naturals are so desirable. Slow, gentle, multiple actions, but just a little with each action. But it adds up to true relief. We have more on Boswellia when we return. Have you heard about the health-promoting power of medicinal mushrooms? These remarkable mushrooms include maitake, shiitake, reishi, and ABM. The medicinal mushrooms contain beta-glucans, compounds that promote healthy immune function while helping to coordinate multiple body systems.
BioInnovations brings you Dr. Becker's Bionutrients Mushroom Complex with maitake, shiitake, reishi, and ABM in one convenient product.
Our mushroom complex features the safest and most powerful medicinal mushrooms available, providing natural support for a variety of health conditions.
BioInnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. So give us a call at 888-442-2128. That's 888-442-2128. Or order online at bioinnovations.net. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings.
Is our hope for you today. I'm Cindy Becker. When we struggle with disease and painful health conditions, we can become overwhelmed with negative thoughts. We may even develop depression. The Apostle Paul offered guidelines to help us preserve a positive attitude during times of trouble. He wrote in Philippians 4, verse 8, "Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." Thinking positive thoughts is the first step toward overcoming worry, even depression. Proverbs 17, verse 22 reminds us, "A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones." Remember these words of wisdom as you face your health challenges. I'm Cindy Becker. This is our hope for you today.
For centuries, the herb astragalus has been a staple of traditional Chinese medicine. It's used to create a strong shield, protecting the immune system.
Astragalus is also used to support healthy heart and lung function.
There's even more. Astragalus helps to calm total body inflammation, a common cause of pain and chronic illness.
All of that without the use of medication.
That's right. Support your health the way nature intended with astragalus root.
BioInnovations brings you Dr. Becker's Bionutrients Astragalus Root Extract. BioInnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. Give us a call at 888-442-2128 or order online at bioinnovations.net and see what astragalus can do for your health. That number once again is 888-442-2128. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. Call today.
We're back, everyone, learning about the amazing benefits of Boswellia. And to help you out, we have the Dr. Becker's Bionutrients Boswellia extract. Buy one, get one free today only, so don't miss that one. Richard, we have some more studies to go through, some really amazing, very different things that Boswellia helps with.
There's so much to learn about Boswellia now. It's hard to prioritize, but we must, so we will press forward. How about hand stress arthritis? What do I mean? Maybe you work on a production line and you use your hands a lot. Maybe you're a checker at the grocery store and one product after the next. Hand stress arthritis. Well, this showed Boswellia reduced the SED rate, meaning how inflamed your body was. It reduced the swelling, reduced the pain, and a quicker return to full use of the hands without needing any medicines. That was the pattern in this study. That's remarkable. Rheumatoid arthritis, multiple animal studies and human studies now improvements in pain, swelling, and joint function in rheumatoid arthritis. And one of the great things about Boswellia, it complements curcumin from the spice turmeric. Those two together are remarkably effective in arthritis and inflammatory bowel disease. That's been studied. 8 double-blind studies, at least, in inflammatory bowel disease involving ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease. See, folks, now you know we went through the 9 mechanisms of calming inflammation of Boswellia, and you understand a little better now why it helps inflammatory bowel disease, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis. This is disabling these diseases. It keeps people at home. They can't engage life. It's painful. They become anemic. They lose, oh, it's just terrible. If you know somebody with it or you have it, you understand that. Improvements in pain. Improvements in clinical remission is more common in the studies. Bowel movement frequency is decreased. Superior or equal or superior to mesalazine, which is the main medicine we use for ulcerative colitis and Crohn's, but with fewer side effects. Anti-inflammatory, antioxidant mechanisms explained. How about post-operative pain, joint pain? Rotator cuff surgery. Have any of you, raise your hands, anybody had rotator cuff? It's a tough surgery to get over, isn't it? It takes a long time to get that motion back. Well, if you add Boswellia to your plan, you're going to be up and moving faster. You're going to regain use of your shoulder quicker if you use Boswellia. Add a little turmeric. They even studied that together. When you do the Boswellia with turmeric or curcumin, it's the same thing, together, that's when you really start making progress in the rotator cuff recovery. Miscellaneous. High-dose Boswellia reduces brain edema by greater than 75% in 60% of the patients who receive it. Boswellia has received orphan drug status in Europe for intractable brain edema due to brain tumors. Understand? Does that make sense? Brain tumors causes swelling in the brain, and it causes a lot of pain, suffering, and it really does inhibit the compromise the quality of life in these patients. And not everybody can take the drugs intended to reduce that swelling. Well, Boswellia works in the majority. 3 out of 4 find significant improvement. What else? Teen girls, you know how hard it is to get kids to brush their teeth, right? And they can end up with gingivitis, inflammation of the gums because they're not brushing properly. Well, Boswellia helps that. Asthma, this is really important, folks. 300 milligrams 3 times a day. And I want to tell you, if you take all 3 of those doses at the same time, over time, it's the same thing. It's hard to remember 3 doses a day. I get that. Take it all at once. Your asthma will get better. What are the stats? Provided 70% improvement of disease symptoms on average. Would you like a 70% reduction in your asthma scores? You know, the wheezing, the tightness in the chest, the difficulty breathing, all those parameters were checked, and that's part of the results. 70% improvement. And they also found it improves your response to the corticosteroids. So if you're on medicines for asthma, you can take the Boswellia with it, and you're going to get better. The FEV1, this is how we ask. You know, when you do the pulmonary function studies and you blow into the tube and they do all this computer stuff, and yeah, you have asthma, right? Those scores improve with Boswellia, and you understand why now. It's such an effective anti-inflammatory. Type 2 diabetes, 300 milligrams TID, same dose as for the asthma. And you can take them all at once. It's okay. Improved HDL, decreased cholesterol, and this is due to the nature of those molecules, those cyclic triterpenoids and pentacyclic triterpenoids. They resemble cholesterol. They're not cholesterol, but they resemble it, and the body says, we've made enough cholesterol. We can lower our production. That's basically, I know it's an oversimplification, scientists, but it helps us to understand. It mimics our naturally occurring hormones that send these signals to different body parts and result in these aberrancies that end in disease. So that's how it works. It lowers cholesterol and improves measures of diabetes control. This is a good thing. Chronic kidney disease. The anti-inflammatory effect, antioxidant effects of Boswellia helps people with chronic kidney disease because their kidneys are on fire, as it were, with oxidative stress. And that oxidative stress, it furthers and perpetuates the kidney disease. Boswellia helps to counter that. Applying on half of the face, studies have done this. It improves photoaging versus the other side. The only real way you can compare, because skins are different with different people. So apply to half the face, do this for 6 weeks, come back and do a analysis of the two sides. What happens? Dover Global Score for photoaging improves, tactile roughness improves, fine lines improve, wrinkles improved, increased elasticity, reduction of excessive oil production, improvement of skin ultrasound testing, meaning the skin thickens. Young skin is thick, old skin is thin. Anything that increases that skin thickness in this setting is an improvement. This is why you see frankincense or Boswellia in a lot of your high-end cosmetic emollients for the skin. It's tremendous. And trust me, there is an internal inside-out effect when we take it internally. Boswellia. We'll be back for the wrap-up. Vitamin D deficiency is at epidemic levels in the United States. Chances are you aren't getting enough of this essential nutrient. Vitamin D is one of the most important molecules in the human body. It's required for the proper function of nearly 4,000 genes and 1,000 metabolic chemical reactions.
BioInnovations brings you Dr. Becker's BioNutrients Vitamin D3. Now, supplementing with vitamin D is safe and affordable.
Studies show that vitamin D deficiency can lead to poor immune function, depression, cardiovascular disease, bone disease, diabetes, cancer, and much more. Starting supplementing vitamin D today for better health tomorrow.
BioInnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. So give us a call at 888-442-2128. That's 888-442-2128. Or order online at bioinnovations.net.
I'm Dr. Richard Becker, and this is Your Health at a Glance. Our health depends on the choices we make every day, and few conditions are as dependent on our choices as diabetes. So here is your daily diabetic checklist. Number 1, take your diet seriously every day. Eat lean protein and leafy vegetables. Number 2, sugars and starches raise blood glucose, so reduce them in your diet. Number 3, check your blood glucose and record the readings every day. Number 4, take your medication daily and don't skip. And number 5, try to exercise every day. It will help you take off weight, which will help your body regulate blood sugar better. If you are diabetic, this is your quick daily checklist that could make life better. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Dr. Richard Becker.
Do you believe that nature holds the answer to your health needs? Are you looking for a supplement that's simple and pure, yet really works?
If you're looking for nature's answer to better health, look to Aloha Noni Juice. It's pure and fresh, just like nature intended. Aloha Noni Juice is brought to you direct from the islands of Polynesia.
Aloha Noni Juice is 100% pure with no added sugar or sweet fruit fillers. It's the perfect addition to your low-sugar diet.
Aloha Noni Juice drinkers will tell you their vitality, energy, and sense of well-being have improved, along with relief from many painful conditions. Made by nature, proven by science, Aloha Noni Juice contains only nature's best.
And now you can enjoy the benefits of our new 100% certified organic Noni Juice. Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. Your Health is brought to you by BioInnovations, trusted products for your health and well-being.
We're back. Just a quick reminder on that special. We have the Bionutrients Boswellia today. Buy one, get one free, so don't miss it. Richard, I know time is short, but there's another study or two you wanted to share.
Yes, this is an interesting one because this deals with elite athletes, and we think of elite athletes. These are world-class, like Olympians, this type of person, or a professional athlete. Well, they're in the best health on the planet. You couldn't possibly do anything for these people. Well, that's not so. They have 47 elite athletes. They combined the Mediterranean diet and all of its goodness. Low sugar, low starch, you know, with lots of fruits, vegetables, and healthy foods, olives. Combine that with Boswellia and curcumin. We've talked about this combination, and what they did for the elite athletes over time, it reduced oxidative stress, inflammation, and advanced glycation end products in master athletes, which meant they recover faster from injuries and they age slower, and it helps prevent disease. So we can even help people in great health. This is something I would like more people to think about. Prevention, real prevention. Prevention goes beyond taking immunizations. Come on now. It's much more than just taking a shot to prevent, you know, chicken pox or something like that. Well, is there a downside to Boswellia? You can have some mild intestinal upset if you're taking huge doses, but nobody really needs to do that. If you have the brain tumor with edema, you'll need to take large doses, but you will accept a little queasiness to help you with that problem. I would. Allergy is possible. It is a plant product. It's possible, but there are not many reports in the literature about people having allergic reactions. I couldn't find any. I'm sure it's happened somewhere, but it's not a major problem. Safety in children, pregnant and lactating mothers is undetermined. However, remember, this was a gift to the Christ child. I find it hard to believe that the wise men would give the Christ child something toxic. It's not scientific, but it's my belief, and I'm entitled to it. Theoretical cytochrome P450, pardon me, cytochrome P450 drug theoretical. So what they're saying is it's possible that if you take this, it could interfere how you metabolize medicines because of the strong effect of Boswellia. Well, some researchers reported in Plant Medica, they did the toxicology and they found it took 15 times the normal doses we'll be telling you about to create that effect. So you would have to intentionally take a bottle in the morning and a bottle in the evening to even come close to inhibiting. So drug interactions, according to this study, they don't happen at our common doses. It's safe. Safe to do. The dosage, our product is 450 milligrams, but it's special. See, we always standardize, we always assure purity, and we spike with the active ingredients. So that 450 is really packed with the standardized boswellic acids. So many of you, one pill a day is enough. But if you're really hurting, you might want to take 3 pills a day and then go down to 1 or 2 as you get better. Use the least to achieve the job, but take an effective dose. So typically it's a higher dose to start. As you get relief over a week or 2, bring it down to a more economical 1 or 2 a day. Find the dose that works for you. Well, folks, Boswellia has an ancient history of providing medicinal benefits. Boswellia is a biblical herb of major significance. It helps with pain, helps with inflammation, helps with breathing, helps with a very inflamed intestinal tract, and I'm certain it can help you. Thank you for your kind attention here at Your Health. We'll see you tomorrow, folks. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Your Health. Bye-bye.
In the pit of my stomach, I knew it was going to be positive. I wouldn't be in this situation if I would have even been taking it if I didn't think it was going to be positive, but I didn't want to admit that. I turned it over, and there were 2 lines. It was a positive test. I remember just being like, oh no. Like, that was all that really went through my head. I didn't know what to do.
Hear the stories and experience the freedom on Real Life.
This week on Our Jewish Roots, we begin our examination